First thing we're going to do is our diaphragmatic breathing. We're going to breathe into our nose, into our bellies, out of our nose, out of our belly, taking 5 seconds in and 5 seconds out for 30 seconds. Next one we're going to do is our breathing reset. We're going to use the inside knuckles on our thumb to rub up and down our sternum. We're going to go for about 10 seconds. Make sure you go all the way from the top of the sternum, all the way to the bottom. Move the skin over the bone. The next one we're going to go underneath our chest across that first rib. Using that same knuckle on our thumb, go all the way from the center of your chest, all the way out to the armpit, moving the skin over the bone. This one's going to be our psoas. We're going to start with 2 fingers on each hand in our belly button. We're going to move those fingers 1 inch out to the sides, 1 inch down. We're going to push inwards. We're going to find those big lumpy hip flexors and massage them. We're going to keep going for 20 seconds, making sure we continue breathing in through our nose, into our belly, out of our nose, out of our belly. Next we're going to use our same thumb tools, the edge of our thumb knuckles, and we're going to start rubbing behind our ear and working up in a diagonal line to the center of the back of our skull, like a triangle. We're going to move our thumb tools every ½ inch up and down these lines and move the skin over the skull. Next part of our glute wake up drill, we're going to take our thumbs, we're going to reach behind our jaw, under our ear, and push them hard for 3 seconds. Ready, set, go. 1, 2, 3, stop. Now we're going to rub down our jaw using our thumb tool from our ear to our chin and back up along that same line. Next reset's going to be our quads. We're going to use 3 fingers on each hand. Using our fingertips, we're going to saw our body in half. We're digging our fingertips right into our obliques, the space between our ribs and the top of our hip, softening up that tissue. The next wake up drill is going to be for our hamstrings. We're going to use the knuckles on our fists. We're going to rub along the top of our pelvis, moving all along from the sides of our hips through to the middle. Find those bony lumps above your glutes. We're going to rub all around those lumps along the top of our sacrum. The next wake up drill is going to be for our hips. We're going to use our thumbs. We're going to rub on the top of our hip bone, narrowing as our pelvis narrows, jamming right on top of that bone, pushing down aggressively with our thumbs. Work all the way around the side and the front of the hips. Next wake up drill is going to be for our calf. We're going to start with our fingers and our belly button again. We're going to draw a line 45 degrees up towards our armpit until we get to the bottom of the ribs. When you get to the bottom of the ribs, drop your fingers 1 inch, and we're going to push inwards, doing small circles on the outside of our upper abdomen for 10 seconds. Now we're going to do the same spot, but on the back side of the body, as though someone shot a bullet through you and it exited out the other side. For this one, we're going to use our thumb knuckles, a combination of our fist knuckles, doing small circles for another 10 seconds. next wake up drill is going to be for our lats. We're going to use our thumb knuckles again, starting at the belly button. Draw that same line up 45 degrees towards the armpit. Once you get to your ribs, this time we're going to go up 1 inch between our second and our third rib. We're going to use our thumb knuckles to burn a hole through our rib cage. We're doing small circles. Our knuckles should be just below the nipple line, roughly 1 inch up from the bottom of the rib cage. The next wake up drill is going to be for our abs. We're going to karate chop from our groin to our knee, up and down 3 times before rubbing the inside of our thighs until they get warm. The next one's going to be for our neck. We're going to use 2 fingers and rub right underneath our collarbone, going all the way from the shoulder joint to the sternum and back. Once we've done it 2 times, we're going to switch sides, starting at the shoulder joint, rubbing on our upper chest just below our collarbone, all the way in, all the way out, 2 times. The next one's going to be for our supraspinatus, or our rotator cuff. We're going to use 3 fingers like our quad, and we're going to saw off our arm, right where our pec meets our front deltoid and the chest meets the shoulder. This is where you'd be wearing a tank top. We're going to go for another couple seconds and then switch sides. Now we'll switch, sawing off our arm, digging our fingertips right underneath the front of our shoulder where it meets the pec. Next one's going to be for our shoulder. We're going to start with our left hand behind our head. With our right hand, we're going to make a claw shape. We're going to move the skin aggressively over our rib cage, starting from our armpit, working our way down the lateral side of our body until we get to the bottom of the rib cage, and then coming up the front, making sure we get to every part of our ribs. We're digging our fingertips in, we're moving the skin over the bone. Once I've covered my whole ribs, I'm going to switch sides and repeat the same thing for my other side of my body. Work down the side of the body, to the bottom of the rib cage, come up the middle, up to the chest. The last part of this one is we're going to massage our chest in a U shape. Starting from the outside, we're going to work down, come underneath the pec muscle, and then up the middle. We're going to repeat this one more time for the left side before moving on to the right. Switching sides, going down the outside, across the middle, and up the inside. One more time. Our last one's going to need a partner. You can use one of our coaches or one of your fellow athletes. We're going to support the front of their body with one hand. With the other hand, we're going to rub their lap, the side of their back for 5 seconds, pretty firmly. Move to the other side, 5 seconds. We're going to use the heel of our palm. We're going to gently tap up and down their spine, making sure we don't hit them directly in the spine. We go along either side, 3 times on one side, 3 times on the other side, up and down.